Good morning.
Good
Well,
morning.
welcome to our first Vedic Talks podcast. And today we will speak more about what is the Vedas, and we will speak about the Vedic science from Maharishi. And my name is Maria. I'm a teacher of transcendental meditation in the Netherlands. And we will do it together with the Matt Putran. And he is also the TM teacher. He is the Maharishi Yoga consultant, lecturer in Maharishi Yogic Science, and the world champion of yogic flying from 1989, 1991.
86.
1986, 1991. Maybe you want to add something about yourself, Matt.
Yes, absolutely. About myself is that the best thing I ever did in this one life, very beautiful life, is to learn TM. This is something I would like to share. That's why I agreed to be online and share the experience and the knowledge also with everyone. Because this is a very fundamental knowledge and experience, and that is the experience of being, the experience of pure consciousness. We'll come back on all these words later, but just to let you know, this changes one's life. The knowledge of oneself, the experience of that deep inner silence inside, makes life completely different. Family remains the same for sure. Same job, you may continue. Everything is the same, but the perception changes as the mind becomes more and more clear, as the heart becomes more and more softer. So this is what we want to share with you guys today, is really the knowledge and the experience of being. So go ahead, Maria.
Yeah, can you maybe briefly explain what is the Vedic knowledge is and where it originates from?
When we say Veda, Veda is the most ancient tradition or most ancient wisdom of life that exists on planet Earth. It's been kept in India for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And this Vedic wisdom has really brought about civilizations of individuals who are living really in tune with natural law. In a religious term, we could say in tune with the will of God. So when we say Veda, we are speaking of the totality of life, totality of knowledge. Veda is not man created. Veda is really divine knowledge, science of life, eternal. So Veda is not created by anyone. This is why in the Sanskrit language, they define it also as apaushya, not created by man. And there is another quality to it, which we say nitya, eternal. So for this reason, when we say Veda, we speak of totality of knowledge from the viewpoint of individuality to the cosmic reality, from the viewpoint of mortality to the extension of immortality. So this is why we say supreme knowledge. And Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, His Holiness Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, a really beloved teacher, has introduced this science to the whole world in the light of modern science. So whatever was known and thought of as belief or some kind of faith or religion now has come up to be revealed in the light of modern scientific science. All the different branches of modern science have verified and validated the different expressions of Maharishi's Vedic science. More than 700 scientific research were led in independent universities around the world. And the experience of thousands and thousands of people around the world, millions actually, show that when we close the eyes in our home, comfortably sitting, and ding, 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 we dive in our deep transcendental meditation, immediately, without any kind of effort, without any difficulty or specific skill, the person experiences what we know to be pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is that state of existence which is, we could say, no mind, no thought. Mind becomes very silent, very quiet, very relaxed, very profound. So the experience of that is immediate. Even the first time we learn the transcendental meditation, immediately you get to experience that very deep natural state. Natural because it's not something external, it's our very nature. So it's nothing difficult to access. Only you need to know how to access. This is what we do as teachers of TM. We are sharing this knowledge. We are giving the experience, direct experience to anybody who is desiring to learn. So when we say Vedic science, like every other sciences, two aspects are there. The knowledge, the understanding, intellectual understanding, as well as the experience of being. So many words, we will define them as time goes by. But what we mean by being is really that state of totality, that unbounded awareness, which is not limited or localized by any physical structure, whether it is our body or our world or our society, our relationship, whatever. That state of being is the omnipresent reality that pervades every grain of creation. So Vedic science is that science which delivers not only the understanding, intellectual understanding, all of the mechanics and structure and processes in nature, but also give us a direct experience of that field, which is also known in modern physics as a unified field of natural law. So when we say Vedic science, we are speaking of totality of knowledge, practical knowledge that will help us to really improve ourselves, develop our full mental potential, develop perfect health, access naturally in a very spontaneous manner to very harmonious behavior. And this is very important. Today in the world, we have all kind of things on the internet, for example. Oh, improve yourself, become yourself, do this, do that. So many things are there. But most of them, to 99.9%, I would say, remain on the surface level. Surface level, meaning someone cannot be changed by trying or through willpower. There are some things in us, some structures, some impressions that are so deeply rooted in our very physical nervous system. They cannot be removed by positive thinking, for example. Not possible. Because they are simply remnants or impressions of very specific things that has marked us as a person, whether it's from childhood or from today or from past lives. These impressions are really structured there. There is no way we can manipulate them or dissolve them with some chemical. Not possible. We can try, of course. Sometimes a little pill may help to relieve a superficial headache, but the cause of the headache is still there. So we have to go to the cause. And this is what TM does. Takes you straight to that field of intelligence and creativity within us, that field of infinite energy, which we know to be unbounded awareness. So as we experience that, now we are able to enjoy our life more. So just to enjoy more. Enjoying means to experience deep inner peace inside at the same time, feeling creative, energetic, blissful without any trying to. Because it's not about getting new things or doing new things to be happy, simply by tapping within ourselves to that field of happiness, which is being. In Sanskrit, there is a beautiful definition for it. It's called Sat Chit Ananda, pure bliss consciousness. And as we experience that, we become more whole. Wholeness takes over more and more and more. So when we say Vedic science, we are very happy. Personally, I dedicated my life just to share this knowledge because it completely transformed me. Transformed me completely.
In different levels, of course.
Different level of reality. No more caught up in the drama of social life and all of that. Everyone is caught up in the
Like
drama.
Marishi told, you're not anymore the football of the circumstances.
That's right. Exactly the point. Exactly the point, because as long as we are not knowing our own nature, our own self, we are lost in the external happenings and circumstances. This is why so much misery is going on in our world, in our beautiful world. Whether it is on a level of politics, on the level of social life, economy, personal relationship, emotional, psychological, on all kinds of levels. The only problem of all problems is lack of self-knowledge. Most everyone is lost in what we could call the external object of experience, whether it is our own body, whether it is situation around us or people around us. All of that, we could call it object referral. We refer to that to value ourselves, to understand ourselves. But it is the opposite. Life lived in that state of complete self-referral consciousness. Consciousness referring to its own nature, being referring to its own nature. Then we become more stable, more integrated, whether it is physiologically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, on all levels. We become a more integrated individual. So, on that ground, Vedic science has meaning. Vedic science has meaning on the ground of self-knowledge. And the technology to that, transcendental meditation, which is something anyone can learn so easily, even children from age of 5, or even younger sometimes, 4, as long as they can think any thought. Anyone can meditate. Meditation is not about concentration or contemplation, having special skill or
Yeah,
following
I think that
specific diet.
we see now that many people, they don't understand what is actually the meditation. They think that you need to have a specific mindset to meditate, or you need to concentrate. And many people tell me even that, yeah, I'm not able to do it. I'm not able to meditate.
This is the point, because we are not educated.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the whole world actually is not educated to transcend. Maharishi called it transcendental meditation. Why did he bring this word of transcendental to the meditation? Because meditation by nature is transcendental anyway. But he explained that when he came out of the Himalayas with this wonderful knowledge, this wonderful wisdom of life, Veda, what he found that there was a big confusion. Everyone is speaking or teaching something called meditation, but most of the time it would be a type of concentration exercise or a type of contemplative exercise, which keeps you on the surface level, superficial level of experience, because all the senses are engaged in these practices. If you concentrate and you look at something, naturally, your attention is outward because you are looking, you are focusing outside. So the opportunity for you to experience this deep inner silence deep within is not available because you are busy outside. So when we say meditation, this implies complete, or at least at the beginning, partial disconnection from outer activity, outer excitation. First experience when we learn TM, mental activity decreases, it becomes less and less and less and less and less. And we eventually experience directly, first time, easily, under the guidance of the teacher. Eh? All the great teachers of transcendental meditation in the world. The experience is direct, under the guidance of the teacher, step by step, very simple steps.
Yeah, and it is the uniqueness of the TM as well, that from the first time already you can experience this nature of your being. Unless with
Yes.
another meditations, you need maybe years to experience.
If ever, and that if ever, we have to be very clear on that because this is such a relief for anyone sincerely looking to be happy, to be clear, to be complete. The way is very important. The methodology is very important. The understanding is very important. If one believes, I will concentrate with my willpower, I will be, no, wrong direction. it goes nowhere. This is a dead end because it completely contradicts the principle of least excitation of the mind, which is the exact goal of transcending. Transcending means go beyond mental activity, very fine level of thoughts, now becoming finer and finer, and now the source of all thoughts, the home of all thought, no thoughts. See the field of complete emptiness. In modern physics, the great physicists today, they discovered that field of intelligence, which is beyond any particles or matter, complete abstract field of intelligence and energy. They call it a quantum field, a vacuum state. Absolutely no physical material expression there, and yet at the basis of the whole manifest, ever-expanding universe. That field of intelligence, that unified field of natural law, has been identified as the field of pure consciousness. The only means of investigation to know that field is not by external means. No microscope, no telescope, nothing can fathom
No, it's
the
a
nature.
yeah, it's a
Only in the consciousness, in the mind of the scientist can he know it. Only through experiencing it. Because the beautiful part of this field, only it can know itself. This is why we say self-referral consciousness.
And can you maybe also explain sometimes, you meet the person and then you immediately can recognize the person who is conscious. So does it mean that the consciousness actually met another consciousness, same level, and can have this connection more clear or not?
No, it's correct. On one level, it is correct. On another level, there is not another consciousness and one consciousness. It's one consciousness.
It's
Consciousness is all there is.
but
There
we
is nothing else. Consciousness is all there is. It's one unbounded field of intelligence, one unbounded field of consciousness. That's a reality. In the Vedic science, there is one aspect of Vedic science, which is known as Vedanta, the field of Vedanta, which stipulates nothing else exists, only I exist. And this I, this isness, this beingness is what we are. It's what we experience directly through transcendental meditation. So when we come to that state of oneness or unity, we cannot speak in terms of this or the consciousness, that or the. It's now consciousness now recognizing itself in everything and everyone. So this recognition comes on the ground of being. Only then, when we are, can we perceive, can we know everything and everyone. So this is why in some scriptures, like in the Bible, for example, they will say, love thy neighbor like thyself. This was a statement made from the level of unity consciousness. So Christ spoke from that level of complete harmony and totality. You cannot harm anyone when you know that you are harming your own self. You see? So the love thy neighbor is not a practice, it's a byproduct of that state of unity, that state of oneness, that state of complete alliance with the will of God. So when we meet other people, naturally, because consciousness being consciousness, it recognizes itself. It's more, the wholeness acknowledges now the boundaries. Oh, you, me, naturally. So it is appreciated now on that level. Oh, you, okay, you, me. So these differences, these individualities now come to glorify the totality that we already are, which is consciousness. So from that view, we feel completely safe. There is no fear. This is where we speak of invincibility. Invincibility on the ground of oneness. Not on the ground of power, I'm more powerful, I'm superior, or any such nonsense. No. It's on the ground of being. The ground of being. Being is the ultimate reality that basically glues every particle of physical material existence in the whole universe. It is at the basis of all material realities, and therefore we could say it is the essential reality. The manifestation, like this body, it comes and goes, it decays, it changes over time. We cannot hold it to be real, even though it is real. It is real in the time-space geometry understanding of life, but it is not real on the absolute level of existence. So this is why we say two aspects of life are eternally coexisting. Relative existence, physical, material. It could be also our thought, our emotions, all that is very physical. And we could say complete abstract reality, we could call it spiritual, absolute, immortal level of reality. So these two, this is what we are. Both are as important as each other. One is as important as the other. This is where Maharishi's Vedic science come to really comfort us in our life story, in our life experiences, in our life evolution. It comes to comfort us. No more separation, no more this is that. No, now we are becoming whole, complete whole. We understand better. Who am I? Then new feelings start to come, new understanding, new perceptions start to come. We start to see even what the physical limitations would normally not allow. Now we start to perceive deeper intuition, deeper clarity, deeper cognition of all kinds. So on that level, we say divine life start to be more and more available to us.
With regular practice of transcendental meditation. With regular practice of
Of course, of course, of course. Hey, we don't speak any kind of, glamorous talk here. We are speaking of science, of course. Like everything, you have to devote some time. It's like investment. If you don't invest in any business, if you don't invest, you don't gain anything. So some investment will be there. 20 minutes meditation morning, 20 minutes meditation evening. Enough for anyone who is engaged in active life in the world to really bring about these two values of experiences, absolute and relative, in a complete integrated whole. So like this, regular practice, as you mentioned very wisely, is required. We cannot just wishful thinking. You cannot think like that. It's not a kind of philosophy, a kind of mood. No, 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 no. We
Not a
don't,
mood maker.
no mood making there. It's a reality that we cultivate day by day through our regular transcending. This is what it is. So as we go about it, what comes with it is a full package of bliss, happiness. For no good reason, we start to feel complete, we start to feel at ease inside us. We start to feel comfortable with our own self. So on that ground, we feel more freedom. We experience more freedom, more clarity. Creativity flows naturally because that field of intelligence, that pure consciousness, is a field of infinite creativity, a field of all possibility. We look at the whole universe outside and we see the extreme intelligence at work in every grain of creation. Looking at the beautiful flower with red petals, little white dots on it, so many beautiful. If you surf internet these days, flowers and plants and animals and human beings, you cannot imagine exist in the universe. Only on our small planet, only already you get a peep into the extreme, infinite diversity of life on all kinds of levels. So with TM, we start to play with that. After meditation, perception is naturally more clear, more subtle. They are definitely more refined, and we could say also more purified. Because when we meditate, what happens really during the experience of meditation, TM? Body get very deep, 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 deep rest, deeper than sleep, even though we are fully awake inside. Inside, fully awake.
Rest.
Outside,
Yes.
fully rested in the body, just like if you are sleeping, but even deeper than sleep, and yet fully conscious at the same time. Mahishiji call it restful alertness.
Mhm.
Restful alertness. Mind fully awake inside, fully alert. Same time, body completely relaxed, completely rested. So the seemingly opposite situations are coexisting. Rest and activity, which are really just two steps of progress. Everything in the whole universe functions according to the laws of rest and activity. Just like we see sunshine, sunrise, sunset, eh? Heart is beating, beep, 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 contraction, expansion. Always these two values. We're walking, one foot is on the ground, the other one is moving, and so forth and so forth. Like this, rest and activities are constantly seen as the two steps of progress in every structure. So when we meditate, we experience directly what the psychologists today, the modern psychologists define as a major fourth state of consciousness. And in honor of Maharishi, they call it transcendental consciousness. Because it's a very unique state where, not like during sleep, where everything is complete inertia, mind is dull, body is dull, no awareness. We wake up after 6, 8 hours and nothing, we cannot remember anything because we are almost like in a temporary death, as it were.
Yeah, and many people they told even we don't remember our dreams. It's like you put the button switched off and everything done, you know? You remember nothing. Yes.
Yes, yes, it's complete nothingness, so to speak. It's like dullness. It's not even nothingness, dullness, inertia. In the waking state right now, We are aware of this, but the mind is so busy due to our sensorial perceptions. We see, we hear. So the mind is always processing, 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 processing. And brain is processing. It's like a complete Google, so many information. You press the word banana and quickly you have everything about bananas, and suddenly your screen is busy with buy banana here, sell banana there, plant banana here, factories and benefits and this. So many things immediately start to occupy the screen. Likewise, any thought we may have, anything we may see or hear or smell. Let's say you see some smoke somewhere, you smell it, oh, fire somewhere, something happened. Immediately mind is creating a complete system of links. Oh, this happened. Maybe I should run. Maybe I should do this. Or maybe someone forgot to switch off the fire. So many thoughts are there. So as long as all the sensorial perceptions are active, mind is busy, very busy. So in TM, we close the eyes for 20 minutes, morning and evening. That's all that we do. We close the eyes and ding, 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 ding with a technique. Immediately, all the other senses, because eye is so powerful, it is said like 60% or even 70% of our mental activity is related to the sense of sight, what we see. What we see brings a lot of information to our mental activity here and there. So when we close the eyes, all the other senses naturally will converge also within. This is how we disconnect naturally, just like when we go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's no effort to sleep. You don't try to sleep, you just sleep. Like that, transcending is very natural as sleeping, walking, and anything else we experience.
We need to learn this technique. It means
Yes.
that we kind of forget how to transcend very naturally. And I like this example that, when you are a small child of a couple of months, you still need to learn how to walk. It is in your nature. The same is in your nature to transcend. That's how I see it.
Yes, this is how it is. It is. This is our human life. We born in this body. Some education has to go on. Unfortunately, unfortunately,
Mm.
we are being taught so many things, except for this very vital and fundamental aspect of life, which is know thyself, be thyself. This is so important because without it, you become, like you said, football, eh? A football. And when you are like a football, you can go this way, that way, whatever direction you are being kicked, that way you end. Okay? So for this reason, there is no real joy there, there is no real dignity there. We are just like the kind of puppet of some system, some belief of some kind, whether it is religious, political, social, family, or otherwise.
Yeah.
We are not really masters of our own destinies. And that is okay if education was there to guide us towards freedom, but it is not so. Education is just creating some kind of robots to consume, to produce, to work hard, to make children and die. This is a kind of format for human life, that we could say on planet Earth today. eh? So this is not so pleasant or so blissful at all, because there's no real joy there.
Yeah. Can you give some advice for the people who still maybe has some maybe hesitation to learn TM or maybe unclearness what do I need to choose? Because in the market there's now so much different techniques and, you know.
Advice, so many advisors are there everywhere today. You see, so I would not put ourselves in the line of advisors. What we can share with you guys, definitely. Experience is the best teacher. I'm sure you try this, you try that, or you have not tried anything yet. And you have a desire just to be yourself. That's all. Just to be yourself, with no fear, no inhibition. Because all of us, basically without exception, somewhere inside us, some fear there, some kind of lack of self-confidence. No matter how powerful the guy may show himself and all that, if you can go deep, you will see he's covering something with all this paraphernalia outside, you know? So there is no real power there. We are speaking now of real power. If you want real power, which means knowing your connection with the divine within, then there is one direct way for that. Transcend, transcend, be. TM today in the world, on the marketplace, is the only one technique that has been scientifically verified to produce this immediate access to the field of being. So on that level, we feel very confident. It is a very proud privilege to really share this knowledge because it relieves the person from an existential pain, an existential drama, which has no real basis, but which is a reality. So for this reason, if any recommendation, I would say, don't waste your time. Find out where is a TM center in your area, and at least go ahead and listen to what the teacher has to say. You don't have to commit yourself. You just listen to the introduction. It's very beautiful. Knowledge is wonderful. And then you make your decision. You decide for yourself.
Beautiful.
But this is how I would tell you, because there is no other means. You see, you can go in so many ways. Let's say you are in Holland here. You want to go to Paris. You could fly, you could take a train, you could walk, you could swim. So many possibilities. But we want to take the jet flight quickly, get there in no time. This is the difference that we could say between TM and many other techniques that exist on the marketplace. Of course, we don't want to discourage anyone if someone is practicing something else and all that. It is perfectly fine if you are satisfied. No question. If you are satisfied with something, why change? You see? But satisfaction on that level is on the level of Sat Chitananda, pure bliss consciousness. Then, nothing is missing. Nothing is missing. The missing element is my own self. My own self. Whatever external means bring unhappiness or dissatisfaction to me, it means something inside of me is not complete, is not satisfied. So for this reason, we do not try to fix anything outside, we come back to ourselves. And TM is a key to come back home. Come back home. So that's what we do.
Thank
So
you.
I welcome you back home.
Yeah.
If you lost your key, our TM centers is like the lost and found keys. You just go there as a teacher, you put your name, you say, I want to find my key. Immediately the teacher will take you to the place where your key is to be found.
Beautiful. Okay, Thank you, Matt, for sharing
Thank you.
today. And
Thank you too.
continue next time. And you guys can find more information in the description of the channel, how to find your TM teacher in your next to you, the center next to you. And we will see you next time. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.
Good day.
Gurudev.